Running a B-double this afternoon. So, here we are. We're loading into this chaser bin. This is our new bag outloader. It is an Akron from South America on a John Deere 4640, an old tractor of my grandfather's. So this is a new model. It's only done probably, well, it's done a lot of bags now, probably 30, but we got it earlier in this, I think February, earlier this year. It's pretty nice. They made some updates. This on the older model has a big opening lid. You can just pull that now. The roller setup's a little bit different. The knife is different, that's good. On ours we had a heat cutter. But overall fairly similar. Just a few minor improvements. I think weight distribution as well, they worked on that a little bit. But what happens with this is you have a bag like those down there, you hook it on, hydraulic roller rolls the bag up, PDO augers the grain out. The quicker you roll it, the quicker you've got to have your auger going, the more grain that goes out. So you want to have it about half up the top of the spout, you want to have it about halfway or less. Otherwise, if you roll the bag too fast, the auger won't keep up, or you might rip the bag or anything. Also, as you might notice here, we have it, well, one, it's very wet. This wheel's skidding pretty much the whole time, so that's why I'm loading into this chaser bin, because we're ferrying it from here down past that wet spot into the next paddock, and that's where the Sherwells are, and we're loading trucks from there on the hard road. So, since it's so wet, you can see here we have a big lump. That's mouldy grain or wet grain. So bags aren't weatherproof. Well, they are to a certain extent, but they only usually last about the summer and now. So we probably harvested these bags early December. The later paddocks, this was actually one of the last paddocks we harvested of wheat anyway. That means that by this time, these are mouse trailers. They get underneath, chew holes, water runs off the bags when it rains, goes in the holes, and it just builds up a little bit along the bottom. Usually it's just at the start of the bag, so the start of the bag you'll open it up, because that's the most susceptible part. There's usually a bit of wet stuff there, but if you've only got to shovel a little bit, it's not too bad. And birds, foxes, anything can make holes. Sheep, if you've got sheep, they get in. So I use my makeshift prison knife that I had when I was in prison. Like that, and you can see that's actually rolling up. That's not really bad wet stuff, it's just a bit of, oh, it's a bit bad. So that's what it looks like. Obviously when you get water running along the bottom of your bag, you get mouldy grain, so we can't send that. I've been shoveling it, it rolled up a bit there, but now I'm opening it up again, having a look all across the other side there. That's fine, it's just this little bit here. So what I'm going to do is get the shovel, move it forward a bit, cut it, shovel a bit out, unload a bit more, and repeat. But if you're a farmer, you obviously already know all this, so it's pretty much, for anyone that doesn't know and was wondering, now you know. So we're going to go get a shovel. Getting to the end of the bag, so I'm going pretty slow. I'm going to shovel a little bit of shit out, but it's actually not too bad. Like it's fairly dry, like some of that breaks up and then it just mixes in. Shoveled a bit more out, but it's pretty dry. I can control the flow from here. That's your auger up and down. That's your roller, so if I switch that off, that stops that, turns it on. Then you can obviously switch the hydraulics on and off from the cabin. That's the height up and down. And that's the pusher, that's the pusher there. You push that out or in, but we usually just have it all the way in. Unless you have a tear or something, you can use that to your advantage. Or when you get to the end of the bag, use it. So that's almost getting to the bottom of that knife now, so I'm going to have to cut it manually once it... You don't want to cut that hole too big, otherwise it'll tear like that. And then if it gets too much. And you see if it sticks, if it's a lot of the grain, if it's wet but not too wet, it'll stick there and roll up as it has been. Oh, she's getting full. Alright. Going in there. It's like I'm touching. I'm not. Everything's muddy and gross because it's been so muddy. Everything needs a wash around here. Pretty well full there, full enough. No worries. Filling her up again. I'll just cut that. That's rolling up slowly. My boy!